Hey, welcome to a brand new day. My name is Ramon Ray. Glad you're here on the Rundown with Ramon. Thanks for being here today on the Rundown with Ramon, a brand new show just for you. All we do is one thing and one thing alone here on the Rundown with Ramon. Let's help you live your best life or start or grow your business. We got a brand new episode for you today. We're going to talk about triangular management, how to manage yourself, your team, and your boss. 3 different levels of people you got to manage. What does it take to stop checking your phone? There's a bag with a lock that's out. We're going to talk about more than that. Wall Street Journal comes out talking about startups and how they scaled and went fast and went big, scaling through chaos, how the world's fastest growing startups get that way, and how the 3-3-3 rule lowers career anxiety and calms the mind. 10 worthless deeds to delete from your LinkedIn profile. A standing desk versus a regular desk, finding the perfect fit for your workplace. That's going to be interesting. And pros and cons of being a small business owner. Seth Godin always gives some great advice. Sharp Tools is his latest little nugget that we're going to touch on today. And the psychology of short-form content, why we love bite-sized videos. And last but not least, if we get to it today, you won't stop procrastinating until you follow these 5 productivity habits. So welcome to a brand new edition of the Rundown with Ramon. I'm your host today. I've started 5 companies, sold 3 companies, authored 5 books, and so much more. If you're looking for an amazing speaker to speak at your event, definitely hit me up. See me at RamonRay.com to come and excite, energize, and inform and entertain your audience and more. Again, get to know me better at RamonRay.com or check me out at zoneofgenius.com as well on other channels. So again, let's get the show on the road, and glad you're here today for a brand new episode. We got a lot jam-packed in store for you today, and let's get the show on the road. Welcome back. This is the Rundown with Ramon. Let's get this show started on the road right now. Here we go. Ding, 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 ding. How to manage yourself, your team, and your boss. Did you know there's 3 different levels of people you often need to manage, especially when you're working for a business? Now, when you work for yourself, a little different when you own the business, but you're working for a company, you got your team, you got yourself and your boss. Brains Magazine, Dr. Linda Insay Greenway says managers have unbelievable tasks of managing others. I say this because people are difficult to manage, and sometimes it can be in a climate of hostility where there are clashes of personalities and differences of opinion. One of the best ways to become an effective manager is to engage in triangular management. First, you must learn how to manage yourself before you can manage others. And second, you must come to grips with how to manage your team. And third, you must learn how to manage your boss. So managing yourself, how can you get that done? Managing yourself. Know what you want is so important. Develop self-awareness of who you are, and are you able to value yourself and what you bring to the table with confidence? And becoming reflective. The art of reflection is one of the most powerful tools for identifying limiting beliefs. Number 2, managing your team is so important as well. Help people to grow. Value your staff. Value the input they make to your team and how they help you be a better business. And be empathetic. Putting other people's shoes on, as it were, to see how it is to walk in their shoes and to create the right environment. This is so important. Number 3, managing your boss. You got to manage him or her as well. Manage your boss' expectations of you and think about a trade-off. There will be times when, as manager, you will need to do some trading. This is how you sit back and consider what is worth fighting for and what is worth not. Know your boss's pain points. We all have areas of our functioning that do not sit comfortably with what we want to achieve. So knowing your boss's pain points is important. And last but not least, understanding your boss's leadership style. So the main things to do are understanding your boss, managing your boss, him or her. That's important. Number 2, your team. You got to be a great leader to your team. And of course, yourself. Managing yourself as well is important. Again, everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. This is a brand new edition of the Rundown with Ramon. Jumping in here first and foremost, Kimberly Wyckoff. Glad you're here, Kimberly Wyckoff. I notice you have CFMP after your name, Kimberly. What does the CFMP stand for? I know you earned some amazing distinction. What is that distinction in? Welcome to a brand new episode of the Rundown with Ramon. What's our next topic of the day going to be? Ding, 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 ding. Touching on what does it take to stop checking your phone? Now, this article here in the Wall Street Journal is talking about a little device that is called the Yonder, Y-O-N-D-R, used at schools and concerts and anywhere. You put this little device in, and it locks the device, locks your phone up, and then you can only unlock it with like a little magnet doohickey thing. So that's what the article's about, this thing called Yonder, Yondr. But the element I want to bring out about your phone is that it's hard not to check your phone. Oftentimes when I'm driving to church and in my car, not driving per se, but in the passenger seat, ideally, sitting on the couch, having devotions. Other times like this, I'm always checking my phone. And my point is that dopamine, I guess, effect, you see that little red indicator, that indicator, whatever it may be. I want to see, did somebody comment? Did someone like it? Ooh, what's the status? But sometimes I try to tell myself, Ramon, put your phone away for 30 minutes. Put your phone away for 10 minutes. I must say, I guess I'll call it addicted to it. But I'm calling this out because I don't think it's healthy for us. There's no other device that we check now. And understandably, God has made us to be humans. God has made us to like that human to human connectivity. So in some way, we're doing as God made us to be made. And there's no shame in that. But man, that addiction we have to the phone, whoo, boy, that can definitely take us away from that real life. Hey, Karen Benzen, glad you're here today on the Rundown with Ramon. Good day to you. And I'm curious, Kimberly Wyckoff, you with the expertise as a certified faith-based meeting professional, CFMP distinction. What do you think about that? The aspect of meetings and speaking and faith, where does that come in with our phones? I'm curious, do you have any nuggets on that? That could be a whole separate episode of the Rundown with Ramon. But, you know, being on our phones, it can be addictive. It can be very addictive, and most of us are addicted to it. Our kids are addicted to it. We give it right to our kids at a restaurant so we can have some peace time where they're playing with the game. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. But if you need to, you're having a big event, check out that device I just shared with you about called Yonder, Yondr. Ding, 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 ding. The world's fastest growing startups get that way. How? One nugget I wanted to leave you with, as you're looking at other people and how they're growing in the fastest growing startups, most of them do it. Yes, they have a product or service that people love and the virality takes off. But you know what? When you got a lot of venture capital money, you can grow big very fast. You put a number of ads together, flood the market with your products or services, spend a lot of money to get the attention. But my question, is it sustainable? Can it last? I don't know the story of Ben and Jerry's. I don't know the story of Lululemon. I don't know the story of Warby Parker. But many of these are brands and companies that are in our lexicon of recent days. 20 years or so they've been around. Some took money probably and seeded the market with it. It takes a lot of money to have those end caps and shop rights that Ben and Jerry's has and more. But being able to get to the next level in business is not easy. But don't sacrifice the fast growth mantra and be a fast growing company and then out of business in the next few years. That's no bueno for all. I want to unpack a rule called the 333 rule. 333 rule. Maybe some of you heard of that rule before. Curious if you have, Kimberly. Curious if you have, Karen, the 333 rule. But I thought it was very interesting. Unpack and share with us how it lowers career anxiety and can calm the mind in very stressful situations. But here's what the 3-3 rule is all about. Listen for 1 minute. Observe for 1 minute. Touch for 1 minute. Listen for 1 minute. Pay attention to 3 sounds you hear around you. With eyes closed, you might hear ambient noise such as a rumble of thunder, whoosh of traffic, or giggling voices off in the distance. Observe for 1 minute. Name 3 objects you can see around you. Take the time to notice their shapes and colors and any of the details as vividly as you can in your mind's eye. And touch for 1 minute. Notice 3 objects you can touch and take in how though each one feels. You can brush your hand over their chair at your workstation, objects on top of your desk, but touch. So the science is when you're anxious, the brain becomes myopic, focusing on the threat or the anxious thoughts for survival. As the threatening thoughts circle in your head like a school of sharks, the anxiety hijacks your nervous system and throws your prefrontal cortex offline. The 333 harnesses the social circuitry of your brain and resets and recharges your mind during the workday. The 333 rule is something maybe more of us should do. To what do we see? What do we touch? And what is it? What do we think about? Listening for 1 minute, observing for 1 minute, and touching for 1 minute. Everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. This is a brand new episode of the Rundown with Ramon, and I get to hang out today with Deborah Williams. Good day to you, Deborah Williams. Glad you're here today on the Rundown with Ramon, Deborah. the host with the most, Alexandra Nicole, helping people build their businesses. Good day to you, Alexandra Nicole. Glad you're here today. When you're stressful, consider that 3-3-3 rule. Listening for a minute, observing for 1 minute, and then the aspect of touch for 1 minute. It may help to reset your brain and help you reduce the anxiety and stress that you face. My name is Ramon Ray. This is a brand new edition of The Rundown with Ramon. Ding, 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 ding. 10 worthless words to delete from your LinkedIn profile. Did you know that every aspect on your LinkedIn profile is not the best? Carl Gray III. There are some words, Carl Gray, that you may want to delete from your LinkedIn profile. Good day to you, Carl Gray. Glad you're here today. So here are those words that you may want to consider deleting from your LinkedIn profile that are absolutely worthless. LinkedIn maintains a list of overused buzzwords that appear in countless profiles across the site. While these terms may accurately describe your career experience or personality, they don't mean much when everyone else is using them. Here are those words, starting with number 1, specialized, experienced, leadership, skilled, passionate, expert, motivated, creative, strategic, successful. Guess what? Everybody's using these words and they don't mean jack diddly squat. These are the 10 words you want to delete from your LinkedIn profile, or consider other words that you may want to use better than specialized, experienced, leadership, skilled, passionate, expert, motivated, creative, strategic, successful. Now, having said that, sometimes it's nice to use words that everybody else uses because there's a common vernacular and we get it. But oftentimes, if everybody using that word, it kind of becomes overused and trite. So that is important to do. Karen Venzen chiming in here talking about the aspect of phones and stuff. Glad for the piece because her cell phone was down for a week. I communicated by email. I started checking my email hourly. That's true, Karen. No matter what it is, if it's a human connection, we're going to check that bad boy on a regular basis. If we don't have social media, we'd be refreshing that email every minute as well to see if a new email came in from somebody, for sure. Karen Venzen calls these copycat words. Well, copycat words, but you know what? Leadership's a common word, something we all know and use. So I may have a few of these words in my profile, but Karen, exactly right. Be careful of overusing these words too much and thinking people are going to go, ooh, wow. Standing desk versus regular desk. We covered this at zoneofgenius.com. So just go to zoneofgenius.com and search on standing desk. I have a regular traditional desk here in my studio here today on the Rundown with Ramon studio. But maybe what works for you, what doesn't work for you, I don't know. Is it good to stand when you work? Science says it maybe. Is it good to sit when you work? Science says maybe. But the key is the movement, and standing desk versus sitting desk. The benefit of that is you can do both things and get the benefit of both out of one place. So I'm not saying which one's good or bad, but I'm curious, what is your experience with the standing desk? Do you have a favorite standing desk that you like? If you're hearing the sound of my voice, put a link to it on Amazon. Use an affiliate link if you want. Get some money for it. Or just tell me what you like. Do you like to sit and then just get up and go do a workout? Or do you have a standing desk and love it? I'm curious as well. Have you had a standing desk before and realized it's not for you? That could be interesting to talk about. I've never used one. I know many people in corporate America and other places do have it. So maybe it's good for you. But let's dish it out and tell us what you think, standing desk or not. Curious where you fall into that. Ding, 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 ding. This is something that always is near and dear to my heart. The pros and cons of being a small business owner. It's not easy to be a small business owner. Carl Gray, I love what you said here about the standing desk, listening to a health podcast, and they recommend walking desks. I forgot to mention that. Yeah, forget standing desk, forget sitting desk, a walking desk where you're standing and on the treadmill at the same time. I love that. This article here talks about the pros and cons of being a small business owner. Our friends at Business News Daily touch on that. The benefit of being a business owner, of course, is the independence that we have. It's the flexibility that we have. It's the power and control that we have in some way, the passion and creativity that we have, the financial gains that are there once the business grows and makes it work. But there's a lot of challenges of being a business owner. The diversifying customer bases. Do you have the right customer? Managing cash flow is a challenge for many of us. Just making the sale, maintaining legal compliance depending on the industry that you're in. Are you in legal compliance, and sustaining quality while you scale your business and avoiding burnout is something that's not easy as well to do. So there's a lot of benefits to owning a business. I've started 5 businesses, sold 3 companies. I've been a full-time entrepreneur for another number of years. But it's not for everyone. Many of you have full-time jobs. Be blessed that you have a full-time job that gives you a steady paycheck every 2 weeks. And don't always think the grass is greener on the other side. Sometimes it is. I'm glad I'm an entrepreneur, glad I'm in business. But the time it works well is great. But the time it doesn't work, it sucks. It is not easy. Some days I wish I can go to a large gleaming tower, work from home, quote unquote, and just get paid every 2 weeks. And I know it's not that easy. Those who work for companies have stresses for sure. But you get the point I'm making. My name is Ramon, everybody. This is The Rundown with Ramon. Glad you're here today in a brand new edition of The Rundown with Ramon. All we do is one thing and one thing alone: help you live your best life or start or grow your business. And I'm so glad you're here with me today. Next up, touching on the aspect of, we talked about the pros and cons of being a business owner. Seth Godin talks about sharp tools. Karen Venzen, love what you said here. Let's see here. Sitting desk with a good chair that makes me sit up straight. Love it. Yeah, there's an option as well. Standing desk is not for everybody. Sitting desk is not for everybody. Treadmill is not for everybody. Sometimes it's just having good posture. Karen Venzen as well. Seth Godin has another article here called Sharp Tools. He says professional woodworkers rarely have to be reminded to sharpen their tools. Of course, they know this. And do me a favor and tag Seth Godin. Tell him, hey, Ramon, hey, Seth, Ramon's talking about you. In his article titled Sharp Tools, and you can check out Seth's blog at seths.blog, S-E-T-H, always good insights he has. Professional woodworkers rarely have to be reminded to sharpen their tools. Of course, they know this. The rest of us, on the other hand, regularly use digital tools we don't understand, don't maintain, and haven't optimized. Sometimes our lack of care in the choice and use of tools only wastes our time. Often it actually degrades the quality of what we're seeking to create. If you're not regularly getting better at your digital toolbox, you're actually getting worse. People ask me, Ramon, how are you able to be such an amazing speaker? Ramon, how are you able to be a speaker and transform thousands and thousands of audiences around the world and in the USA on streaming platforms like this and otherwise, podcast? It's because I put in the work, Dr. Will Moreland, and I know you know this so much, Dr. Will Moreland. Thanks for being here at The Rundown with Ramon. Thanks, Alexandra Nicole, for shouting out Seth Godin for me. It's because I put in the work. What you practice, what you do more of, you do better and better. If you're a business coach coaching businesses every year, you're going to be great at coaching businesses. That's not my skill set. If you're an artist and every day you do art, you're going to be great as an artist. Whatever you put your mind to and put your hands to, every day you're going to get better and better and better and better and better at it. You're going to. So people ask me, Ramon, how do you become such a great speaker? It's because I do it every single day. Whether it's a live show like The Rundown with Ramon, whether it's like my new show called The Celebrity CEO Show, whether it's the live podcasting I've done on Clubhouse for 4 or 5 years since COVID came. I got so much practice there. Or, of course, me being a professional speaker on stages around the world, speaking over and over and over again. Whatever you practice, you'll get better and better at it. Seth Godin advises us. Hey, River Scott, glad you're here. Good day to you, River Scott. Glad you're here. But the point is, it works. Practice does make perfect. And the more and more you do it, the better and better it will be. Again, everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. This is The Rundown with Ramon. Glad you're here today on a brand new edition, brand new show. Ding, 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 ding. The psychology of short form content. There's something to short form content that makes it special. And you know what it is that makes it special? What makes it special is the fact that it's short form. We have short attention spans. That may sound like a duh, but that's why short form content is so good, because people are not going to scroll and look at things that take 5,000 years to do. So there's psychology of short form content. That's why we love bite-sized video. You show me a video that says, oh, watch this video for 4 hours. I ain't watching it. Too long. Don't have the time. Unless I'm really, really interested in it, then I will. But this is why short form content, snackets of content, snackets That don't make no sense. I meant to say that's a cross between snack and nugget. Snack it of content. That's why it works. Deborah Williams, love what you're putting here. Let's see what Deborah Williams says. I ended up putting my standing desk at the end of my sitting desk, and I had to walk while I stood, but that gave me the best of both worlds and accommodated my disabling condition. Love it. Standing desk on one end, which probably wasn't moving up and down, right? And a sitting desk on the other end, and you just went back and forth as need to be, and used both. Love that, Deborah Williams. Thanks for being here on the Rundown with Ramon. Love it, love it, love it. Hey, everybody, it's a brand new day, brand new episode of the Rundown with Ramon. I'm glad you're here today, whether it's in the middle of the day for you, middle of the night for you, middle of the morning for you, whatever time it is, whatever day it is for you. Glad you're here today on the Rundown with Ramon. Short form content is important. Lean into it and do it more. Again, my name is Ramon Ray. As we got our last little nugget of the day, stop procrastinating. Follow these productivity habits. 5 things you need to understand. Stop having too many things to do. The shiny ball syndrome, the shiny ball that distracts you from doing the things you need to do, leads to the inability to prioritize because you have so much on your plate. But here's 5 things you can do to stop procrastinating. 1, set reminders. 1, set a reminder. 2, never overpromise and underdeliver. 3, eliminate distractions. 4, set achievable goals. And 5, have the right mindset. Again, how do you stop procrastinating? 1, set reminders. 2, never overpromise and underdeliver. You know, I'm going to say this again. Slow down, Ramon. Slow down and say it right. This is a gem. That's why I want to say it again. How do you stop procrastinating, Ramon? Set reminders. 2, never overpromise and underdeliver. 3, eliminate distractions. 4, set achievable goals. And 5, have the right mindset. Sometimes I get so excited about things I'm doing, Deanna Lammerts, that I just slur over my words, and it's not a great experience for y'all. I need to slow down and not get so excited. Everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon. My co-host here, Alexandra Nicole, says, Sharon said that once our viewers and supporters consume an average of 37 minutes of our content, whether it's short or long form, they are invested more emotionally in our brands. I love it. So true. Everybody, it's been great being with you today on the Run. That you're hearing. Let me put a little louder here. If the music is good for the show, let me know. Put music is good in the chat. Put music is good. DM me. Get back to me. Let me know. But if music could be better, and you got some links for music I should download and access. Of course, I want to purchase it with permission. Let me know. But I thought this was a good cross between some good music. But let me know what you think. Is this music good or not so good? But here's what I want to leave you with today. Go out and tell somebody you appreciate them. Go and out and tell somebody you're grateful for them. If you're loving this content, you can find it at zoneofgenius.com today. And I want you to ask yourself, what do you really, really, really want to do? What do you really, really want to do? Do you even want to be in business at all? Is it something you want to do? Entrepreneurship may not be for you. I don't know. Ask yourself, are you hungry enough to get to where you need to be in life and in business? And your prices, are they premium or are they cheap? Pricing will affect your business. Go to zoneofgenius.com and search on pricing. Go to Seth Godin's website, search on pricing. And I want you to understand that your mindset, people, it's everything. Mindset is a game-changing difference between success or failure in life and in business. And last but not least, what do you do best? What do you do best? And when you cross that diagram between what you do best and what you like to do, and you can get paid to do it, woo, you're in a great space. My name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon. Taking a minute or two. Would love to hear about this music track I'm playing now. Hope you can hear it a bit. I love your input. Those who are listening to the Rundown with Ramon, yeah, let me know. DM me on social media. Let me know music is good or music could be better. If you like any music or not. I'm curious, especially if you have a link to music you suggest, that I'd really like to know. A link to music you suggest. I'd love to know. And Karen, definitely, thanks for wishing me a productive day. I appreciate that for sure. Glad you all are here on the Rundown with Ramon. Glad you're participating. All we do is one thing and one thing alone. Help you live your best life or start to grow your business. And I'm glad you're here today. If you weren't here, what a show it would be. I'd be all alone. But you're here today. Listen, go out and make a difference in the world. People need you to show up and make a difference. Be blessed. And you know what? That's a wrap. Thanks for being here. I'll see you next time on the next edition of The Rundown with Ramon. Take care.